Okay, good morning all and welcome to the live room summary. Trust everyone is well. Well, Sterling, as we said from last week, end of last week, was going to have a good run. It was all about an entry point, and it seems like a lot of the guys who jumped on the back of these trades got in very early. I know Ralston got in at sort of 6:15, 6:30. Can you see, guys, dollar yen is now making its move. Let me just show you what happened today. So we know that the resistance is at DI2 above this 50 level. It is starting to make a move with support on this 4-hour 20. Okay, I'm just zoning in at the moment on the hourly charts, just showing you what we're looking at here. Again, I had on my support. It's not really taken from there, but yeah, that is your official support line. But again, using that 4-hour 20. This is the trade that I know quite a few of the guys are looking at. I know a lot will be looking at this break through this 50 level. Okay. Finally, dollar yen is starting to go. Why? Because sterling yen and euro yen have actually made their move. Question mark is all about the entry point. The entry point was absolutely perfect this morning, very early this morning at about 2 o'clock, midnight. But again, coming in at 7 o'clock, we're up here. It was just a little bit high for my liking. But the entry point for the guys was definitely going to move, but it was always about keeping an idea and being confident in an entry point. If I drop it down to the 15-minute chart, not everyone took this. Some people did. Not everyone did. Where was it? So this was about the 6:45, about up here, 7 o'clock, up at this 138.25 level, just messing around. It did look like it was going to go. However, obviously with the trigger and things, everything was all set to go perfectly at about 5:45, 6 o'clock. Okay. 21 CCI was way too high at this point, and there was obviously that risk that it might pull back down towards that 60-minute 20. I do keep an eye on that 21 CCI, and actually today that has shown me definitely a wobbly, that one. You know, being up at the price, you know, what level is that? That's about a plus 400 on the CCI, even when it's up at that 138 level. We've obviously still gone way up through there. So again, that 21 CCI hasn't worked out that well today. Okay, but again, trend is up. Well done to those guys who did trade it. I do know that I didn't trade this one. But look at that double top on that 21 CCI. It's just too high for my liking for actually an entry point. Okay, so as I said to the guys, I'm waiting for the golden crosses. And the golden cross, if I just put this back to the hourly chart, here it is. Can you see this golden cross? This is what I'm waiting for. The 4-hour 20 with the 4-hour 50. I'm going to wait for the pullback. I'm going to see the golden cross. As soon as I get confirmation of support on that 4-hour 20, that's when I'm going to be looking for a nice long play through there. Okay? The main thing is, guys, we all have slightly different strategies. And I don't like saying that because we are following off the same one. But some are still working off very short time frames. Same strategy, but using, you know, a 5-minute entry point, so they're keeping a rolling stop loss on this. If you're working off an hourly and 15, you need to be patient and wait for the bigger moves. You know, you're taking advantage of big moves. However, if you're a bit overbought on your hourly and a bit overbought on your 15, then yeah, okay, there is an argument. You can go to your 5-minute or less of a chart. I do understand that and get you in. You know, get on a 5-minute trigger. I can see that. However, you've got to be comfortable with this. Yes, it's gone up. Yes, we know support is off the 4-hour 20. It's bounced there a few times now. So I'm just going to wait for that golden cross. Let me just insert that line. Okay. Change the colour of that. So I'm going to allow that to cross. I'm going to let the 4-hour 50 cross. I'm going to wait for the pullback, and then I'm going to hit it. And that's what I call a 1, 2, 3 on my hourly chart. However, for the guys who are obviously in on those trades, they're working off 5-minute charts. It's going to be harder for the rest of us who work off the hourly 15. Okay, because we have to be a bit more patient. We're waiting for more constructive moves. So don't feel, and I say that in a way, you know, don't feel pressurized if someone else is getting in exactly, because they might be using a 1-minute or 5-minute. Okay. So I'm just going to be patient with that and wait for my hourly and 15-minute to make sure I'm comfortable with that whole 1, 2, 3. And then cable. We're talking about cable strength. Again, where was the perfect entry point? Well, yeah, perfect entry points here was 1:32 o'clock. Yes, you could have got in again at 6:15, 6:30 this morning. Again, coming into about 7ish, some people getting in about 140.50, 140.60 level. Where was your daily 20? Well, it was at 141. So you had to risk about 70 to potentially make 50. Obviously, it smashed through that daily 20 and it's just rocketed. I can totally see that. It's actually broken through the major resistance. So, yes, there is huge support in sterling. Did you know at the time? Well, daily 20 has offered a lot of resistance beforehand to risk quite a few to make only 40 or 50. As I said to the guys, you've got to keep a very, very tight stop loss on it. And I think it was Eric who had about a 6 to 10 pip stop all the way up, and he did very well on that, which was good to see. Okay, but the golden cross is coming, and guess what? I'm going to get on the back of it, but I need a retracement, and then I can look for the next big move up. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Okay. But dollar yen's the one that's going to need to break through this 55 level. Starts breaking through that, get that 4-hour 20 up behind us, get the hourly 20 behind us. That looks like it's starting to make its move. Then euro sterling was one that I know Paul Bow from those guys have been in it. This trade through here, stop loss behind, below the 4-hour 20, looking for that play down. How does it look like on the hourly chart? Well, it's just crossover. Look at that lower high. We talked about retracements. There's the retracement. There's the pullback on that. Again, I didn't zone in on this at all, but good to see quite a lot of guys trading that. Okay. Again, guys in there were trading dollar CAD. I know I didn't zone in on dollar CAD either. But again, have a look at your dollar CAD chart. That went south in a good way, falling off that hourly 20. Euro yen trading with the trends of just yen weakness through and through. This is just powered up since this morning, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, last couple of hours, just powered up. So the main thing is, again, I know what I've got to focus on, as I know a lot of you guys are actually using a 5 minute as an entry point here, especially if the market's a little bit overbought. Again, we've all got the same idea that it's going to go up. Question mark is, how can we get better at entry points? Okay, I understand that it's marking going up here. Again, how can I get in? Well, yes, obviously we drop it down on the 15 minute. But if you miss it on the 15 minute, you then feel, well, actually, could I start going into it on a 5 minute chart? Well, this is actually just powered up all day. Okay. Okay, guys, so there's been some great moves. I was a bit cautious, I think, on the sterling today. I wasn't quite sure that the daily 20 was going to get hammered down like it was. But it just shows you the strength coming back into this sterling market, and I really believe that we're going to have a good run. I'm going to be patient and wait for this next pullback. The golden crosses are very close to happening on the hourly charts. So that'll be my 4-hour 20 and 4-hour 50 crossing. So when I get the pullbacks, I'm going to look for support off the 4-hour 20s. Then I can look for the next big move higher. Okay, guys, I'll speak to you later on. Take care.